Hi everyone. Hi. This is on my heart, so I'm sharing. There is something about taking a moment to just acknowledge how far you've come, to be kind to yourself in a way that has you acknowledge our heart. Your heart is such an amazing thing. And sometimes we run ahead in life, and we run ahead and we don't really think about it. We don't give enough compassion to how much is really being done just from our heart, especially when you go through heartbreak, you go through losses, you go through worry, stress, anxiety, you go through all different things every single day. Sometimes other people put stuff on you. Sometimes you're carrying stuff for other people. Sometimes you have different ties and connections to things that it takes you a long time to come through. As usual, practicing what I preach, I've come through a whole lot. I am so grateful for my heart. And I want you in this moment, especially if you've never done this and you've never acknowledged it. But even if you have, you'll know. For you, place your hands on your heart. Place your hands on your heart and let your heart know you acknowledge it. I know it might sound crazy and woo, but just do it. Trust me with this. Put your hands on your heart and just acknowledge your heart. Say, thank you, heart. Thank you for everything that you've done for me so far in my life. Thank you for giving me life right now. Thank you for keeping me in this body, in this time. Thank you for allowing me and enabling me to breathe and to move around, to be the structure and the being that I am today. Thank you for everything that you've not only put me through, but you've helped me to grow through. Thank you for helping me to acknowledge who I am in every moment. Thank you for the times that I wasn't even paying you attention and you still continued to be my ride and die. You still continued to rock with me. You still kept showing up, waking me up every day, resting with me. It's really important. You hear the sirens? It's really important. We must connect with ourselves better. Okay? And I'm saying this because so often we can look outside of ourselves, and so often it's somebody else's fault and it's somebody else has done this and something and da 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 da. Listen, people can only do as great as they believe themselves to be. And some people, and this is, I'm trigger warning, I'm not trying to, set anybody off, but the thing about it is sometimes we've been taught a certain way. Sometimes you're carrying a generational trauma or a generational entrapment of a cycle that continues going round and round and round. Sometimes you're not even taught what love is. Sometimes you don't discover what love is until you break free from all traditions. I'm just gonna because there's so many different types of things and people and systems and but sometimes that keeps you stuck in your expectancies and your experience of what really loving yourself. Because first of all, it has to be self before you can really pour into others. Before, I'm going to share this with you. I had this moment earlier during a meditation and I stopped and I really came into something, and I believe that it's in alignment with everything that's going on. And those that will get what I'm saying or will need to hear this will get where I'm at, or what I'm saying with where I'm at. And I had this moment and I really kind of like came into the acknowledgement of something, and I was like, wait, in order to confirm that you acknowledge and you accept and you're ready to move forth, you have to actually be in the moment. And the moment was this: I'd got this message come through and I went to respond to this message. And I found myself in a moment where I was like, hang on, I haven't finished doing what I need to do for me first. And I found myself emotional because I recognized for myself, hold on, Shan, make sure you put you first before you pour into other people and into other people's cups. And you know something, although this is a lesson that I've learned and I've worked through, it is something that sometimes things be reoccurring to make sure, and sometimes you have to continuously work on certain things. Remember, and I say this all the time to my friends, all the time to people, we have inbuilt programs that we have the responsibility to choose to upgrade, to reprogram, to adjust, to adapt, to change, and to really allow yourself to not be carrying the exact same stagnancies, habits, behaviors, and cycles from once, when, blah, 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 back then, because you're in your life experience. And that moment for me that I had made me feel like, wait a minute, that's so interesting to me. Like I acknowledged that I felt kind of guilty. And that's the thing, for actually putting myself first. So to me, I mean, of course, I've continued to address that and I've looked at that for myself and will continue. But it's one of those things where sometimes we do things and it's on impulse, and I'm saying this now, loads of people do it. You're doing something, you're trying to finish something after, and then something will come through and it'll completely distract you. You'll put yourself to one side and you'll do what everybody else needs. No more of that. No. These are moments where we acknowledge these things, and it's good when you acknowledge it because it means that you can change it. It means that you can work on it. It means that you are starting to choose yourself first. And some of these things, like I said, I practice what I preach. Okay, there are so many things that I've healed and I've worked through, and there's so many other things that now I'm prepared to share the wisdom. It's not easy, and this is another thing I think I've said in a previous recording, where sometimes people say things and it's just like, oh, boom, done, that's it. And it's like, no, like I just said, I acknowledge that was a moment that I had, and that means that there's things that I'm still working through, and it's okay. It's actually okay to still be working through things. It's okay to be different from what you once was, and it's okay to be in moments where you not just acknowledge things, but you start to accept them in a different way, because at the end, middle, end of the day, you're responsible for yourself, and we can only be accountable and responsible for ourselves. And again, like I always say, that just ripples out into the world, and that affects people around you, whether they acknowledge it, see it, understand it, overstand it or not. It's happening, right? So back to the reason that I left it. I mean, I've gone into a bit more detail there, and that will be useful for somebody somewhere. But again, I don't want to make this too long, so I've said what I needed to say. I hope that you are protecting your heart. I hope that you're looking after your heart. You only have one. It's really, really vital. It's really, really important. And if you find yourselves in moments that you do kind of second guess yourself, or you do feel bad, or you do feel guilt or shame, or whatever it is that it might come up, it doesn't have to have a label. That's another thing I'm gonna say. I have big huge gripes with labels and the things that man has thrown onto us to be working with. But hey, I'm trying to make this a short recording. I'm trying to make this one a short recording. I'm gonna come back. I've clearly got more to say. But yes, for those that needed to hear this, I hope that this has helped, and I'm going to continue to express myself because I have received that it is helping those, and it will help those that need to hear me, see me, and learn from me. So yeah, and if you feel called to work with me on a one-to-one basis, there's a link in the description/bio, and I can book you in. Right then, that's it. I'm going now because it's 10 minutes and hello, we got busy lives, we got things to do. Okay, I'll speak to you soon. Bye.